Let's begin from the Volta region, where some 7 people have reportedly been injured following a sporadic shooting incident at the whole central mosque in that region. It is unclear what led to about 5 masked men besieging the mosque and shortening into a gathering preparing for Friday's Juma prayers. And some witnesses have linked the incident to a protracted dispute between 2 factions, claiming that the regional chief imam position is at stake. About 15 individuals have been picked up in connection with the shooting incident. And let's get on to Zoom right now and speak to the Volta Regional Minister, James Gunu, who is joining us for more. Minister, grateful for your time this afternoon. Can you provide us any update on investigation into this shooting, including identity of the masked men and, of course, the 15 individuals who have reportedly been picked up? Kindly unmute your microphone so we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. For now, what we know is that there was a shooting incident that occurred at Ho Zongo near the mosque at about 9:35 a.m. this morning when our brothers and sisters were preparing to go for their Friday Juma prayers, resulting in 12 injuries. The injured are currently receiving treatment at various health facilities within the municipality, and they are responding to treatment according to doctors. Police have also arrested 14 suspects who are currently in custody pending investigation. Calm has been restored to the area, and I want to use your platform to appeal to our brothers and sisters to give peace a chance. No one should take the law into his or her own hands. We'll make sure that we maintain the peace and security of the area. Thank you.
Right. Minister, you've mentioned that some people have been picked up. But apart from that, what other measures are being taken by your office to ensure the safety of worshippers at the central mosque and other religious centers in the Volta region?
We have security presence at the mosque currently, so there's no cause for alarm.
And how does the government plan to address the underlying conflict between alleged factions that are claiming the Volta regional chief imam position to prevent future violence?
Definitely, let's wait for the investigation to be concluded. Then we know the exact cause of or causes of this particular incident. I don't want to preempt the police investigation. We hope and pray that we'll get the result very soon. And then Regional Security Council will also be meeting on Monday, and whatever findings that they come out with will definitely be discussed, and the appropriate step will be taken to ensure peace and stability of the area and by extension, the entire region.
Right. James Gunu, thank you very much. That's the Volta Regional Minister. Let's stay a while in the region and speak to our resident correspondent, Fred Kwame Asari. Fred, how are residents and mosque members reacting to the shooting, and what really is the general mood in the community following this incident?
I didn't get a question. Can you repeat it?
Yes, go ahead.
Currently, there is calm in the whole Zongo community, I should say. Just like the minister narrated, at about 9:30, some unidentified gunmen, I am told about 6 or 7 of them, stormed the whole central prison, shooting into the gathering who was preparing the mosque for their Friday Juma prayers. Out of these, some 11 people were injured. I am currently at the whole Teaching Hospital, and then I counted about 8 people who are being treated here at the whole Teaching Hospital. They have most of them sustained injuries at the lower part of their body. That is, some on their legs, their feet, knee, thighs, and then the groin area. So they are receiving treatment there at the whole different hospital, and then most of them are responding to treatment. Some of them have also been sent for X-ray. So back to the incident, people are, or some of the eyewitnesses who I spoke to are somehow drawing connection to a Volta Regional Chief Imam MP that has been in the region for quite some time, I think from 2019. They mentioned that a Navara pickup registered 486124 GT was the vehicle that brought these armed men. Some of them were not armed. I had a chance to watch a video of them in the premises. Some of them were not armed, neither were they masked. But then 5 of them were masked. So they entered the mosque and then started shooting. I was also told that though the people with the gun were or had masks on, some people who are residents who they were able to identify as part of the Muslim community were with this armed gunmen and then pointing out at people that they want to shoot. So they go like, okay, shoot this person, shoot this person. They're saying this in Everett, shoot this person, shoot this person. And then I'm told the chief imam was also part of the people that were targeted. But then fortunately for him, he left the scene and then his son got hit by a bullet. So as we speak, here in the Volta region, 2 people are claiming the position of Volta Regional Chief Imam. This started from 2019. We have the deputy Volta Regional Chief Imam. He was the deputy to the immediate past, that is Alhaji Danjuma. He died in 2017. So the second deputy Chief Imam, who is Alhaji Anas, was what's it called? We raised him to become the Chief Imam. People were not in agreement with this. So there's another party or faction that is identifying one Alhaji Ali Muniru as the Volta Regional Chief Imam. So here in the region, sometimes you attend public gatherings, events, then they introduce Anas as the regional chief imam, and then at another event, then they introduce Alhaji Ali Muniri as the Volta Regional Chief Imam. So this has been occurring for quite some time now. I spoke to Alhaji Anas Amiri, who was not happy with all that is happening. And then he was saying that, or he cautioned political leaders to not indulge or involve themselves with religious issues. He is thinking that this is coming from some political angle, but then he's praying that the authorities and then the security services would put their heads together, and any other stakeholder connected to this will put their heads together and ensure that there is peace, and then this Volta Regional Chief Imam in place is resolved amicably to prevent further conflicts from happening. So he is at the hospital seeing to people who were injured and then trying to share in their pain and then encourage them that they shouldn't worry, everything will be all right. And then he has all called on the political leaders to step in and then ensure peace.
Right. And Fred, what's the general security in the region like?
For general security, I should say for some time now, we have not had any issues with that security. Just recently, the Volta Regional Minister led a joint youth march in preparation towards the unitary, and then he promised that there would be an incident free. So he says that they are going to build on this enhanced security to ensure there is peace around, and then people do not live in fear. However, today's incident is just one of such issues where you may not preempt that it would happen. But generally, for security, I should say it has really improved, and then issues of civil robbery and stuff like that are not really happening as it was in the past.
And are there any reports of similar disputes or violence in other mosques or communities in the Volta region that could indicate a wider pattern?
You mean, really? Kindly come again with the question. I think there was a bit somewhere.
I'm trying to find out if there are some sporadic incidents of, in the mosques or communities in the Volta region that could indicate a wider pattern of this particular issue.
Oh, no. It was just this isolated issue that occurred this morning. Aside that, there's no other issue in any other part of the region that should be there.
Fred Kwame Asare, thank you very much. That's our resident correspondent in the Volta region. And two other stories this afternoon. A Deputy Finance Minister and MP for Esujaman constituency, Thomas Ampim Nyako, has pledged to transform the economic fortunes of Awurahai and Sapo through some investment in critical social infrastructure. Despite being a few kilometers from the Akosombo power dam, the two communities endured decades without electricity. Commissioning a 2.4-kilometer electricity network extension project on Christmas Day, Mr. Ampim Nyako reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to expanding essential infrastructure, including roads and markets, to drive productivity and improve living standards of residents. Carlos Coloni has the rest of the story.
Residents of Awurahai and Sapo, two communities near the Akosombo hydro dam, have lived for generations without access to grid electricity, a situation that has undermined livelihoods and quality of life. But that has changed on Christmas Day, December 25, 2025. Their Member of Parliament, Thomas Ampim Nyako, commissioned a self-funded electrification project as a Christmas gift to the resident.
The first Christmas present, our President Mahama Ede Mamone, and they say, or Mamo Kania. This electricity will improve the living condition of the people here. Apart from electrification, you can also see, sir, we are working hard on your road. And the Akosombo Jekiti Kudikopen Road in Etapo. Subsequent to that, you have seen the aggression with which the contractors are working. And the road ya moving, our contractor ya starting, until so
The MP further announced plans to construct a 6-unit teachers' bungalow to improve accommodation and retain teachers in the Sapo community.
This community has experienced a very high rate of teacher attrition. Anytime teachers are posted here, within a year or two, they manage to get postings out of the community. As we speak now, we don't have enough teachers in the schools, and so sometimes they have to combine classes. It's because of the environment here. One, there was no electricity here. Today, there is electricity. And so we have also secured one contract for the construction of 6-unit teachers' bungalows to allow teachers to get decent accommodation here, because some of them commute from Akosombo to this place, a very long distance, and so it affects their output. And I believe that we'll be able to finish that construction next year and allow teachers to live here and to teach here.
On his part, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Richard Jan Menson, said Ghana's electricity access rate, currently at 89.3%, will be increased to 90% by the end of 2026.
And it is the commitment of this government that by the end of 2026, at least 90% of Ghanaians, 90% of Ghanaians' electricity assets will get to a lot of Ghanaians. And then by 2030, government commitment, by 2030, even though this government tenure would end in 2028, we are very hopeful that will continue. So by 2030, about 99.9% of Ghanaians will have electricity. Yes.
Some residents have welcomed the project, expressing optimism about its transformative potential across multiple sectors.
Previously, teachers always come in a short time, they move away. But today that we have light, teachers are now going to stay. And then students can also learn daytime, and even in the night, they will have light to learn.
This is Awurahai indeed. We know this electrification project at Awurahai is going to impact the people of Awurahai because everything they do here concerns farming and fishing.
The MP also announced plans to begin construction of a 24-hour market in Irahai to support the community's fishing and trading activities. Carlos Galoni, Joy News, Irahai.
That's not. You're welcome back to the pulse. The minority leader, Alexander Afenyomakin, has called on members of the New Patriotic Party to move from lamentation to action following the party's defeat in the 2024 general elections. In the Christmas message to supporters, the leader said that time for sympathy was over and urged party members to show discipline, unity, and seriousness as they rebuild. He stressed that the election laws highlighted the importance of unity, noting that internal conduct going forward will shape the party's future and public credibility. Touching on the upcoming flag-bearer primaries, he appeared and appealed to supporters to protect the party's values and traditions, warning against actions that could undermine its foundation.
Let us not act in any way that will destroy the unity, credibility, and moral authority of our party. Let us instead build carefully and faithfully upon the strong foundations they laid. Let us preserve and build upon the legacies of President Kufuor and President Akufo-Addo. We are bound to have differences and disappointments. We are free to support those we believe can best lead us to victory in 2028. But let us not wash our dirty linen in public. Where our differences can be settled behind closed doors, let us settle them out of the public glare. Where they cannot, let us agree to disagree for the sake of the mission ahead. Instead of dwelling on past wrongs and assigning blame, let us focus on rebuilding trust, strengthening our structures, and reconnecting with our grassroots. Instead of directing resentment against one another, let us inspire hope in our party foot soldiers. Our grassroots are watching. They must see maturity, discipline.
Right, and government says it will soon expand prison facilities and legal aid services to address rising inmate populations and the increasing number of Ghanaians in need of legal assistance across the country. The move follows renewed concerns over congestion at major correctional facilities, particularly the Nsawam Medium Security Prison, where inmate numbers continue to exceed approved capacity. Deputy Attorney General Justice Sremsai says the situation has become critical to maintaining peace, justice and social stability, stressing the need for urgent interventions. Dr. Sremsai, however, admits that the Legal Aid Commission continues to face significant challenges, especially inadequate funding, which limits its ability to operate effectively nationwide and provide timely support to vulnerable persons. Dr. Sremsai made the marks in an exclusive interview with Stephen Mensah.
Thank you very much. As you have seen, our selection of the members of the governing board of the Legal Aid Commission is based on certain expectations. We have noticed that one of the biggest challenges that the governing board, the Legal Aid Commission has is funding. So we selected individuals who have track record in raising funds from civil society or international organization, human rights organization to back its activity. So you see, for example, we have Professor Raymond Tuguba. He has been at the forefront of human rights activism for over 2 decades. He couldn't achieve that by using his own pocket money. He raised millions of dollars to fund, to support the funding of the CRC, the Constitution Review Commission. I think about $6 million at the time. So, and the second person you see, Oliver Baka Vomao. So we carefully selected these people to address specific challenges that we know the Legal Aid Commission has been facing over the years. We hope and believe that they will be able to bring on board the necessary funding arrangements and programs to make the legal aid very successful. The other thing that we took into account, which is very essential in nominating the members of the governing board, is what we call proactivity or proactiveness of the commission. As I mentioned when I was giving my remarks, I made it clear that we often expect that when people need legal services and they do not have the means or the money to afford the services, they will approach the legal aid, commission. That is good, but it is even better if the legal aid commission can approach certain people who have been identified as needing legal service but do not have the means to. And if you look at the work that Oliver has been doing over the years, sometimes he offers legal service to persons who he identifies as persons in need of legal service. And that is exactly what we are trying to bring into the Legal Aid Commission. That some people may need legal service, they do not even know that they need legal services. You'll be shocked. They don't know that they need it. Some know they need it, but even how to approach the Legal Aid Commission is something that they cannot even comprehend. So we are bringing proactiveness into the activities of the Legal Aid Commission. Apart from that, we have also identified one misconception about the legal aid. People think that legal aid is just about criminal, representing criminals or accused persons. Let me put it properly, accused persons. That is not the only thing that legal aid is designed to do. It's also designed to assist and aid persons who have civil claims. So, for example, if you have a constitutional matter or you want to test the constitution or you want to take a step to, you could actually, get the assistance of the Legal Aid Commission. There are people whose livelihood depend on labor matters. Some even, apart from labor or let's say employment matters, some even divorce. Or they're in a situation where they will need legal service, but they don't have the means. So these are all things that the Legal Service, Legal Aid Commission could do. But again, because of lack of resources, they have to now limit their mandates, or by way of practice or administratively limit their mandate to representing accused persons. If we have the necessary funding and the human resource, we should be able to activate that side of legal aid where civil matters could also be represented. Like I mentioned, look, the truth of the matter is that when we say equality before the law, we mean equal access to the law. You are not equal before the law if you don't have money to go and hire a lawyer to represent you in a law court. So it is a very significant, a very important institution that we need to pay attention to, and that is exactly what this government, the government of President John Mahama, is intending to do, to make sure that as many people as possible are brought to be equal before the law. Now, the last one, which also goes back to equality before the law, is geography, coverage. Most of the lawyers, about 95% of the lawyers, are found in the urban areas. And when I say the urban, I'm not even talking of regional capitals. I'm talking of Accra and Kumasi, and perhaps maybe Takrady. This is where you find all the lawyers. So what happened to the regions? Legal aid is one of the institutions that could, bridge the gap between the law and the individuals if we are able to expand to those other, the other parts of the country. So, and this all, you agree, depends on funding and strategy. So if you look at the membership of the governing board, you will see that we carefully choose them to help us achieve these goals.
It's interesting you talk about how you constituted the board, but then are you looking at also increasing the fund?
Government has a constant funding arrangement for the Legal Aid Commission. Of course, like all the other agencies, the government fund them. But you also know that government's money is always, so many people are struggling to get a share of the government money. So it is not enough to do all the wonderful things that the Legal Aid Commission could do. And that is why, so there's a budget, they present a budget, the budget is often approved by Parliament. The last budget was approved recently. So they will get the allocation after appropriation and all that. But that money clearly is not enough to do the things that I've mentioned that they have to do. And that is why we think that we need some extra way of raising funds to support or to supplement what government is giving to the board.
I want to take you back on the legal aid mandate also. From my last visit to the Legal Aid Commission, we noticed some challenges they were having with transitioning from the manual system to the analog to the digital system also. Problems with their infrastructure also. How are you looking to resolve some of these challenges also?
Yeah, so they have a plan. The Legal Aid Commission, the executive director, they have a plan of improving on this, like you mentioned, this digitalization and all that. They have all those plans, and it all goes back to the issue of funding. So it's not it's not easy to raise funds for things like this, and that is why we have acknowledged that taxpayers' money alone would not be enough to deal with this problem, and so we need to look elsewhere. And the law allows the commission to raise funds by other means beyond the taxpayers' money that we use, to raise funds from donor sources, international organizations that are doing some of these things already.
I'd want to ask you about the prison service. My last visit to the Nsawam prison, it's interesting. You've increased the budgetary allocation for. Oh no, it's
of Interior.
No, but it's all linked to the legal service also.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, our visit to the Nsawam prison, I was also with the Legal Aid Commission also, and some of the challenges with some of the inmates we spoke to was that they've been there for quite some time, and they've not had any response as to help. They were not helped by these legal aids, the lawyers themselves also. Are you looking to expand some of these services they are doing also? And what's your plan with the Interior Ministry to? We've ended the 2025 year. Next year, are we looking at expansion of prison service? Are we looking at helping to reduce the numbers in the prisons also?
Yes, so a couple of things are underway. The first one, there's something called non-custodial sentences, where instead of sentencing the person to be in custody in the prisons, the person will be ordered to perform community service. That will reduce the number of people who are in the prison, and therefore decongesting the prison, the prisons. That is one thing that we are doing. The other thing is, as you mentioned, some of the people who find themselves in prison have not actually been properly convicted. Some of them are remand prisoners who have been there for so long that the police service couldn't, afford keeping them in the police cells, and therefore have to be, transferred to the prison. So, and there's a program in place. I don't know if you've seen Access to Justice, where persons who are on remand, their cases could be heard. Judges will now move to the courtroom, the prison to, that work. So that's also another way of trying to decongest, the prisons. And then one of what the other one you mentioned is, okay, I've already dealt with that. Yeah, so those are some of the things that we are doing. But again, I know you are aware that the prison service has a plan to build new prison and renovate existing ones. So these are all things that we are doing to ensure that conviction does not mean indirect way of sentencing you to death, because the fact that you have committed a crime and have been convicted doesn't mean that you are entitled to some the basic fundamental human right that Ghanaians are. So your conviction is not to say that you are not entitled to live. Minimum comfort is necessary. So these are some of the things that we are working on.
My last question: we've ended the 2025 year. What has been your remarkable achievement in the year?
So, in terms of me as in which of the?
You've assumed this is
5 boards.
Yeah, this is your,
which one
this is your first year upon assumption of office. What has been your challenges and what's your achievements? What I'd want you to enumerate on your challenges and your achievements.
If you are not understanding it,
okay.
So is it as me personally, or as the ministry, or as any of the agencies that
no.
Which one?
Hopefully we could take it from.
You hear me say that I have another meeting at 4.
Oh no, we are done. This is the last question.
So you can catch the full interview with my colleague, Stephen Mensah, who did that interview with the Deputy Attorney General Justice Remsai on all our social media platforms. Let's bring you more stories today as the paramount Queen Mother of the Sing traditional area in the Wa municipality of the Upper West region has raised or urged Kenyans to patronize indigenous foods as a way of promoting local cuisine and reducing the risk of lifestyle-related diseases. Speaking at the 10th anniversary of her enskillment as paramount Queen Mother of the Sing traditional area, she called on government through the Ghana School Feeding Program to incorporate indigenous foods into meals served to pupils to promote healthy eating habits from an early age. Rafiq Salam reports.
The concept of Queen Mothers or Pogonomene in the northern Gulf of the country is a novelty as compared to their counterparts in the southern belt. Traditionally, chieftaincy system of northern Ghana, especially among ethnic groups like the Gaba, Wala, have been firmly patriarchal. Leadership, succession, and governance structures were and are still largely male-dominated, with authority exercised by chiefs and supported by a council of male elders. The emergence of the installation of Queen Mothers or Pogonomene and Halakuru in the Upper West region, though an initiative that has a groundswell of support from its inception, threatens to ignite new layers of conflict with the chieftaincy framework. The Wala state, though oblivious of its ripple effect, took the bulls by the horns and went ahead to enskin paramount and divisional Queen Mothers in their respective traditional areas. The lot fell on Pona Salmachana Abdul Razak 10 years ago, and she was enskinned as the paramount queen of Pona of the central area. As part of activities to mark the 10th anniversary of her enskillment as the Sempona, she held a medical screening exercise for the Saint Enclave, followed with a grand deba held in her honor. It was attended by a swathe of people from all walks of life, including paramount, divisional, and sub-chiefs, and Queen Mothers from the various gates of the Wala skin. It was held on the theme, Sustaining Our Culture and Traditions Through Our Indigenous Meals, the need to go back to meals of our forefathers. Pona Salamachana Abdul Razak emphasized on the importance of eating indigenous foods in order to reduce their medical bills.
Let's not be shy of what we are. Let's not be shy of what we have. Let us eat our food as our medicine, but not our medicine as food. So let's go back. Whoever is watching me today, whatever your local dish is, whatever it may be, please, let's go back to it. When you are eating, please, be mindful, be intentional. Look at the food you're about to eat. Is this food going to help me, protect me, add value to my life? If it is a no and it's a sugary drink, please put it by the side. If you know this food I'm going to eat is not going to help me, please put it by the side.
She urged the government through the Ghana School Feeding Program to include in the meals of the pupils indigenous foods as a way of promoting them.
Even the school feeding, for instance, let's all go back and start feeding our kids from nursery, primary, wherever, secondary school. Let's start eating the indigenous meals. If it's the Upper West, let's do Pogolo, let's do Tumpani, let's do Tizet as their lunch that we are serving them. Don't be shy to carry food as an individual. That I have Dawadawa in my chalk box and I'm shy to eat it. No, I have Dawadawa Jollof to eat and I'm shy to eat it. I have Tumpani, I have Pogolo and I'm shy to eat it. The government, I call on you. I can't work this by myself. The food of Ministry of Agriculture and Food should come on board. The Ministry of Tourism should come on board. The Agri Minister, like everyone.
Deputy Executive Director of Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, called Daniel Bonoku, poured laudations and encomiums on the Sempona for her commitment to promoting indigenous foods.
She hasn't just been an advocate, she hasn't just been a professional nurse, she has also been a person who is championing our indigenous food to the extent that she's dedicated almost all her life doing that. Doing that to the extent that she set up the one and only indigenous food restaurant in no other place than in Accra.
One Municipal Chief Executive Alhaji Isa Nura Danwana, while speaking on the need to patronize indigenous foods to boost the local economy, also spoke about fixing the Wa Seng Logo Road.
I want to also use this opportunity to tell Mbasina and his people that myself and our Member of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Alhaji Rashid Hassan Pelfu, were doing everything possible to ensure that the WASEC up to Boli, even proceeding to Logo Road, is tied.
Reporting for Dway News, Rafiq Salam, Seng.
The Deputy Director of the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Operational Organization has raised concerns over the continued red alert notice imposed on the Upper West region by certain diplomatic missions, describing it as a setback to the region's development. Speaking at a ceremony where CICOD signed an MOU with Dr. Hila Liman Technical University, Dr. Banuko said it has been 4 years since the red alert was imposed. He appealed to the Speaker of Parliament and Northern Parliamentary Caucus to intervene and help lift the notice. Rafiq Salam once again reports from Wa.
Deputy Director of the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, CICOD, Daniel Bonoku, speaking shortly before his outfit signed a memorandum of understanding with the Dr. Heleleman Technical University aimed at promoting agroecology learning at high institutions, expressed worry over the red alert notice that has been placed on the Upper Zone as a result of the crisis in the Sahel. The red alert notice, which is placed on the region by some diplomatic missions, according to Daniel Banuako, is holding back the development of the region, stating that grants that have been secured for projects are unable to be implemented because of the red alert notice on the region.
So you go for grants, you win the grants, but the partners cannot work within this area. They cannot travel in because our diplomatic missions have put the entire zone on red zone. So we had student learners from Canada, they cannot come here and stay because it's on red zone. We've got the project from the Wageningen through the Wageningen University to implement it here. It couldn't happen because partners would not be able to travel here.
Turning to the Memorandum of Understanding, Daniel Bonoku stated that the partnership will last for 5 years, renewable by mutual agreement, and narrowing it on the context of transforming the African food systems to sustainability.
For far too long, we've implemented and experimented with the conventional agricultural models that are beginning to create problems for us in so many ways. In the health sector, we are seeing that the current food system is not able to support community nutrition and the nutrition of our people and children. We are seeing that it is more industry-based and it's what do we call it, profiting industry rather than profiting people.
Vice Chancellor of the Dr. Heleleman Technical University, Professor Engineer Hamidatu Saka Dramani, was excited about what the MOU sought to achieve, which she believed will be of enormous benefit to the people and the university.
In fact, when we were going around the entire country, the research and everything, we couldn't really come out with a specific program that was just agroecology, just like you stated. And so for us in DHL2, we are very happy. We launched the lab, as you said, and the critical thing we are going to do also is the short courses we mentioned.
Reporting for Dway News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And marking a decade of championing community-led education, Edu Sports has convened 100 catalysts from across Ghana for a landmark national training academy. Well, the gathering brings together frontline advocates for gender equality and child safeguarding to co-design and lead the next phase of community transformation. Participants have been equipped to establish inclusive Ignite Equity Clubs reaching nearly 1,000 learners, while strengthening safe, child-centered learning environments that reflect the voices, rights and needs of children nationwide. Anas Sabit has more.
Across the vibrant towns and regions of Ghana, a quiet revolution in education is gaining momentum. And at its heart are not foreign experts but local heroes, community catalysts. This week, about 100 of these changemakers converged here in Akumadan for a landmark summit marking a decade of impact and forging a safer, more equitable future for thousands of young learners.
I've been in Salugu for quite some time. I remember when I got there, I noticed that the enrollment drive for girls was low. But along the line, when Sport came into the picture, I noticed that the narrative is no longer the same. Because with catalyst engagement with the community, parents, community leaders, chiefs, religious leaders are getting to know that education of the girl is very important.
For 10 years, EduSports has been fueling community-led education. Now this dedicated group representing 50 communities across 11 regions is taking that mission to the next level with gender equity and child safeguarding family in focus.
We all need to embrace gender equity. We shouldn't be biased. It shouldn't stereotype that some roles are for boys and some roles are for girls, because all girls and all boys can equally perform the same roles, provided they are given the equal opportunities they deserve.
This is hands-on strategic work. The catalysts are diving into everything from mental health awareness and bullying prevention to intercultural leadership and asset-based planning. The goal? To co-create and lead Ignite Equity Clubs in 2026, directly engaging nearly 1,000 young people while ensuring every learning space is a safe haven. Zoe Ohene Ampofo is the Safeguarding and Inclusion Manager at EduSports.
It's important to state that this program was actually called for by the Catalyst. They are those present here. They actually asked for it because they realized the gender barriers that they were facing in their communities. So one thing that we do is that we're not only focusing on the girl child, we're looking at both the girl child and the boy child. So the boys learn about the girls and the girls learn about the boys, which I think is something unique that we're doing.
The Academy recognizes that safety and equity are deeply connected, including the UNESCO Intercultural Leadership Program highlighting its far-reaching significance. Chief Executive Officer of EduSports, Kat Davidson, says this will help build sustainable community-owned change.
So it's really interesting that the origin of the Ignite Equity program started as a program that was about empowering girls called Ignite Girls, and that came from the communities, as everything in EduSports does. But at some point, the community said, why are the boys not also involved? So now the program aims to involve boys and girls and coming together to understand the strengths both have, the problems they both have, and bringing both genders together to explore solutions that benefit them both in collaboration in the whole process. And that's what I think EduSports as a community, this is not me, it's the Catalyst, have decided that it's best when gender-based issues are not handled in isolation, but when genders are brought together for open dialogue to work together to build a future that's better for everybody.
From a gathering of 100, the impact multiplies across thousands, proving that when you equip local leaders with knowledge, skills, and belief, the future of education is not just brighter, it is more equitable, safe, and entirely in their hands. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Akumadai.
Let's head to the Ashanti region now, because Kumasi was treated to a night of music and excitement as some of Ghana's biggest artists mounted the stage for the Obuasi Beaters LUV FM Nite with the Stars. The annual concert, held at Ratri Park, drew hundreds of music lovers and delivered electrifying performances. Our reporter, Irabna Akwe, brings us highlights from the event.
This is Obuasi Beaters LUV FM Nite with the Stars. The atmosphere here at the Ratri Park says it all. The place is crowded, the music is flowing from some of Ghana's top musicians.
Kumasi has been very supportive. They play my songs. Though I'm singing fancy, they sing along. They've been supporting. So me coming here on 25th, it's very special. It's like a ritual. We have to do it every year.
I'm not so well, so I feel like I wasn't able to give them 100, but it was still on point. They were happy to see me, I was happy to see them, and Kumasi is always home.
the fans always give the energy. Yeah, when the fans are happy, you're also happy. You know, it's always nice to come to Osekrome. Osekrome is like, you know, it's like the place which actually made Kwabena Kwabena. If I'm being specific.
You should be mine. You should be mine. Oh, you didn't make me go mental. Oh, they make chance and make. Oh, baby, would you tell me why?
People are having fun. It's no doubt that the night is delivering exactly what it promised. Non-stop entertainment. Let's hear what some of the patrons have to say.
I'm absolutely loving it over here. So many amazing performances so far. I feel like they have done way better this year than the previous years before. And I can't wait for next year, definitely.
You should go out at the end of the year to release stress. You know, it's not much, 200, 400 cedis. It's not much to pay and then have this much fun.
Kwabena they was say, oh, see your head, yakano. Oh, you move. Yaba na yaba. Aha, yeah, destiny way.
Kidnap the old world, no size. I am just entreating anybody and start saving. Muntu tutu. Now 2026 more fun.
After hours of electrifying performances, the Okwasibitas LUV FM Nite with the Stars finally comes to a thrilling end. And once again, this event has lived up to its reputation as one of the city's biggest events. Right here at the Ratri Park. My name is Irabna Okwe.
We'll take a breather. We'll be back with more. Hello again, and still on Christmas celebrations, we take you to the Western region, where marking Christmas and Boxing Days are always special. All these celebrations are always filled with beach parties, musical concerts, and of course, fancy carnivals in masquerades. And a lot of people from the West call them anchors. These fancy clubs are a big deal. The carnival culture has been woven into various fabric of the society thanks to popular clubs like Anchors, Holy Cities, Valencia, Supreme, and Spain. Today, the over 50 clubs and thousands of revelers have taken over the city. A correspondent in Athalia joined them and has more in the following report.
Normalmente, 28 in the new year, what I did, I bet it. Road in a block, me with a bro, food in a baby.
This is just one of the many beautiful sounds synonymous with Christmas and New Year celebration in Sekondi, Takoradi. It is felt in every nook and cranny in Takoradi especially. People dance, move in a particular special rhythm. In conformity with the sound, they are usually dressed in a special sewn uniforms and faces covered, hands covered with white gloves with very flat white canvas and socks to match with a boudoir. You can call them masqueraders, but we prefer fancy dress. And for those enlightened, anchors for the street lovers. For decades, they have lit the Yuletide in Takoradi with their tunes, dance moves, attire, groups, marks, and the intriguing A1. The famous Sekondi Takoradi masquerading fever, which ends and begins every year, has been in existence for over 50 years. It has its roots from the popular Efutu Winneba fancy dress. Amanfo community, a suburb of Takoradi, is where most of the masquerading groups are headquartered. We are here to speak to one of the founding fathers of Anchors Club, and is popularly known as Uncle Sekum, and he tells me it's been a long journey for the first and original Anchors masquerading group here in Takoradi, and this is how it all started.
Anchors was formed in Takwadia from the people from Achefogobado, Sopon. They bought it here 1956. Those who bought that club here, yeah, best money. That's why I'm saying the Anchors was stamped from Achefogobado, from the those that best man when I mentioned their name first. Then Anchor itself means that I have to let you know the reason of Anchors. It means that if you go to harbor, before a ship can burn, you have an anchor. With the rope, that anchor will be. So that anchor that goes down, that's how they know the anchors.
After the birth of holy cities, several other groups such as Tumus, Sonato, Crunch, Millionaires, Cosmos, New York City, and Latter-day Saints US, Oshawa Kumim, and several other groups have emerged.
Well, that's it for the Pulse this afternoon. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. My name is Kenneth Jesse. Joy FM Party in the Park is live up next from Ibri Botanical Gardens. Enjoy.
Say, are we going with Mommy? Okay, please put your hands together for her. She's leaving us. Okay, thank you very much, Mommy, for joining us. We're grateful. Are we going with Mommy? Hey, another no? Is it yes or no? Thank you, Mommy, for coming. We're grateful. The dance moves were great. Okay, are we going with Mommy? I'm confused. Please come up. Are we going with Mommy? I'm confused though. Okay, come. Hold on, don't go. Are we going with Mommy? Okay, this one. Are we going with Mommy? Okay, thank you very much. She said it's a yes. Me too, I heard some yes, but it was small one. All right. So we have two left. Please come up so we can see you. Now, this is the very final round for this session, okay? So please be very vigilant. Watch the dance moves, the styles, and all that, okay? Okay. DJ Wubete, I am ready.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Monica. Can you come over? Make it chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver. I go feed by that Uber. Oh my God.
That's right. Ajay. Let's go.
And I go make you my lady.
That's right.
All night long.
Let's go. Hey. Let's go. That's right. Hey. That's right. Ajay. Hey. Final song. Ajay. Fogo, Arishika, go. That's right. I tell you, I am the Fogo. I tell you, hey, that's right. Arishika, that's right. Thank you very much, DJ Wofete. Thank you. Okay, do we have a winner? Is this the winner? Hey, now you said it's not the winner. She's the one bringing the gift too. Move on, Mano. AJ, why shall we win here now?
Married.
Also, I read a mumbo say, Mano. Okay.
Achamo crunchy chinchi. Who baby? The mama who baby. Hey. Munyebi. It's a mama be a mobasa. Moya sure.
Okay, agency, how many hampers are you giving us?
I'm giving 5 hampers and mema 5. Your flavors near 5. It's not mema 5. No, your lemon flavor, your coconut flavor, your milk flavor, your ginger flavor, and now your hot and spicy. Not I say no me quote you. What I say? Me quote you so. Mesra mo muto bi mama wati mesra mo.
Please put your hands together for Crunchy Chin Chin. Okay. All right. So the winner for this session is going to take home 1 Crunchy Chin Chin hamper. Okay. Are you ready to choose your winner? Do you already have a winner? I can hear from this side and this side. The middle only. Please, right, left. Don't answer. The middle. Do you have a winner? Okay. You know the winner. So, okay. Wait, you see, name, sorry, again. This is Laurentia, right? Versus
Vanessa.
Laurentia and Vanessa. Is it Laurentia? This shouting, it is called Adanko Dada Day. I didn't hear whether it was yes or no. All I heard was, Is it Laurentia? Is it Vanessa? DJ Wubati says we should do it again. One more song. Let's go. Let's decide. Let's go. Get Chilo. Hey, Kwene. Chilo. Shine your eye. Open your eye. Let's go. Hey. Let's try. Kwene. Hey. Let's go. No stop. Hey. No stop. Before you come, I give you for the last and now. Tell me what you want, let's go. That's right. Saman Kudi. Thank you. Okay. I am sure by now you have a winner. Please don't confuse me. We have 5 more to go. Okay, silence. You know what you guys are doing. You see, there are some people they will see NDC at the top, MPP down, they will vote in the middle. That's what you are doing. Hold on. Is it Laurentia? Is it Vanessa? Okay. We need to move on to the next one. So let's do this. You can scream, but also wave. If it's a no, just wave me bye-bye. If it is yes, just asieho, okay? Have we agreed to do that? Please, my judges, please help me. Is it Laurentia? Okay, hold on. And I'm expressing to you. Okay. Please, is it Vanessa? I know the winner. So it looks like it is Laurentia. Please put your hands together for Laurentia. Granty Chinchin, come and do your presentation for us. Granty Chinchin will present.
Hey, it's the pass is the we. Oh, and I also told bad day.
Let me show you the secret. Oh, say, you see, toi, oko toi. So, but yes, congratulations to Laurentia. Please put your hands together for her. That's fine, that's fine. So Crunchy Chinchin says that because they are all very good dancers, they all take something. Is that fair? Yes, thank you. Okay, okay, that's fine.
Thank you all so much. God bless you. But immediately I heard AJ Pounds was coming. I'm a fashion designer, and then my social media handle is Jeanette Couture. I would like to I would like to sponsor her by making her outfit. Yes, I know she already has somebody. I've been following her all the time. So I am happy and I thank God I met her today.
That's right.
My husband is here, Mr. Bonsu. God bless you. I had no idea you were booking this ticket because I'm a busy person, a fashion designer. You can imagine. But he surprised me and brought me here, and I won this. Thank you so much, my husband.
That's right. Please put your hands together for her. Laurentia, you are the ultimate winner as well. Congratulations. You came with the family?
Yeah, I came with my husband.
You want to give shouts to the family?
Yeah, shout outs to Mr. Komodo and my son, Keke, my children, Keke and Kaden. And all my fans here, I love you all.
Hey, Laurentia, I've been a fan, so.